guys, this is Alex. I'll show you a very old version of Avatar World. I think you haven't seen it or played. Look, earlier the main screen looked quite differently. No online game, no buttons on the right, there was no settings and avatar ID. You just look at how the city looked and compare what changed. Right played this old version and put look here, construction site, and there is no greenhouse yet. In the new version, we can build any houses at all. Remember that once the mansion was 2-story and we waited for it to update and appear the first house maker, and the crane is working here. Let's look inside the mansion it was before. Look for differences. Before was quite another interior and we could not change anything. This sweet cleaner, there's no new version of her. The kitchen is completely different now, and the patio has changed a lot. Let's go to the second floor. Oh, on the phone, we got to the third floor. It's very stylish. Well, the second floor is very similar to each other. Look at the map. What other differences do you see? Do you notice that there was no hospital near the old house? And there's just a lawn here. And there is also a construction site. Later, there will be an alley. Now look at the maps. What other differences do you see? There is no pink house on the old map. It'll be here much later. There will also be a playground between the hospital and the store later. Have you noticed? Let's look further. There used to be a pet store and a hairdresser right after school. See how much bigger the map is now, and there are a lot more locations here now. Have you played the old Avatar World? What other differences do you see? Maybe I forgot something. There is a different sun in the old game and in the new one. Remember, once upon a time, there was a cat sun. Do you remember such sun? Which is better? In the old version, we only have an update button. And in the new version, we can change the weather to rain and snow and can move to other locations. Right. Have you played such an old version? There's another big difference. Look, the old version has a shortened map. There is a shopping mall right after the skate park. In the new version, there is a huge territory on the phone where there are an office, a bank, a police station, and firefighters. And it's very cool. By the way, the alleys are also very different. In the new version, we can walk right along the shops. And in the old version, it wasn't. Look at the phone. There is a function to edit and change the city. And in the old version on the tablet, there is only a character creation button. Have you noticed? Look, I found something interesting in this city. Have you found any differences yet? Once upon a time, a huge furniture store didn't work, and we were just waiting for it to open. There's a train station there, and they look the same, but we'll find the differences later. There is a big difference after the train station. Do you see this arch here? And the old version doesn't have it. Just look at what the map used to be. There was no airport here. There was a lake and an old town at once, and how the map has changed. And now we have a huge airport. Have you played the old Avatar World? Look at how we used to move the character. She just hung there. Now there is animation and the character is walking. I love the old living room with this cute maid. In the old version, there were few animations of a sitting character. And look how many of them there are in the new version. There are so many poses. She even sits with her feet on the couch. And now let's compare the movements lying down. This movement is very funny. She jumps up from a terrible dream. It's very funny. Are you agree? Avatar World has changed a lot, right? Do you miss the old version? Would you like to play? By the way, there weren't 3 floors in the game before, and we couldn't change anything at all. Which version do you think is cooler? Tell me how long you've been playing Avatar World, and do you remember such an old version? Now I'm going to take Alex and walk around the second floor, and you're looking for differences. And please write when you started playing Avatar World. By the way, look at how different bathrooms are. I also compared the emotions, and they are about the same. But I noticed that in the old version, we could only take off our earrings, bracelets, and cape, but we couldn't take off our shoes, socks, and clothes. I remember that it was very uncomfortable. And in the new version, we can edit everything, the color of the walls, furniture, and everything else. Now, I want to compare the railway station. At first glance, nothing is much different. But in the old version, we could only wait for the train to arrive. The new version has a train call button. Click, and the train arrives. I love how many new movements and emotions have appeared when the character is sitting. Here, the train came itself. We can put the passenger down, press the driver, and then the train will leave. In the new version, we can go inside the train. It's like a new separate location. There are a lot of secrets here, and you can also get off the train. In the old version, we just put the passenger down and wait for her to come back. I think the game developers have done a lot to add so many new features and locations to this cool game. It is very cool. In the new version, you can walk around the station, and by the way, you can go to one of the other locations, for example, to the airport or to the alley. Look, we have arrived at the airport. There is a bus stop, and you can walk here and climb up. I'm shocked how Avatar World has changed. Let's go to the mansion again. I'll remind you what this location was like before. There was such a waiter here, and that's how it looked. Now we can change everything. Make the design the way we like. You can clearly see what the sun used to be like here. Cat Sun was very sweet. It's really cool that the game is improving so much. But sometimes I miss the old Avatar World. It was very cozy and the characters were very cute. It's very interesting that the old version always had sunny weather and it only snowed on Christmas and New Year. Do you remember that it was like that? The new version has a cool feature. You can change the weather to rain and snow. I really like it. What about you? In the old version, there was only the old city. And in the new version, we have not only the airport, but also the ability to move between different locations. The old version of the game does not even have such buttons. There is only a restart button for the game. We have an island, Stardust City, a huge farm with animals, and even a huge ski resort. It is very cool. Do you remember an old version of the game where there wasn't even an airport? Let's look at the map again and note that in addition to this new part in the extension of the alley, there will be a metro station in this place. we will be able to travel here by train in the future. The map has changed a lot, and I even miss the old Avatar world a little. Guys, I'm really looking forward to your stories about whether you remember such an old version of the game, where there is only one city. By the way, it used to be possible to download old versions of this game and see what the game was like in the past. But now the developers have closed this feature and I only have a video recording, and I'm glad to show it to you and compare two games. Write your opinion. Which version is cooler? Alex was with you. Subscribe. I will be very glad to see you.